Welcome to a video about taking the old digital camera challenge. In this video I will be using a Freelance Vivitar digital camera. The basic challenge is to take the best digital pictures you can using an old, limited, or questionable quality digital camera. For years, a great many film photographers have enjoyed the process and adventure of taking pictures with a simple, primitive pinhole camera. Although these simple cameras generally end up taking soft and blurry pictures, some of the pictures you can get out of these pinhole cameras may impress you. With the right stubborn old digital camera, you may be able to reproduce some of the adventure that these pinhole film photographers experience. The odds are pretty good that either you, your parents, or your grandparents have an old digital camera collecting dust in a drawer somewhere. Be sure to collect all the camera's accessories that you can find. Fortunately, my camera still had its odd USB cable, but the user's manual and software were missing. Luckily, my camera uses two AAA batteries, which are easy to find. If the digital camera you end up with has an aging rechargeable battery, as long as the battery will hold a charge long enough to shoot one picture and save it, then you're in business. Even the simple film pinhole cameras could take just one picture. The camera I will be using is a 1.3 megapixel Freelance Vivitar digital camera. It has a 1.4-inch color LCD monitor and 100 megabytes of memory free to store either around 12 pictures or 20 seconds of video while set to its highest resolution. Fortunately, my Windows 10 laptop and my Raspberry Pi Model 4 computer can read the camera's built-in memory using its USB cable. To get my pictures as sharp as possible, I shoot with the camera sitting on a tripod, and I snap the picture using the camera's built-in timer. Since the camera is without a built-in tripod mount, a smartphone tripod adapter works adequately. However, the camera doesn't sit level using it. Of all the pictures I've taken with this camera, two are at the top of my list. I find these trees standing in a vineyard looking rather mesmerizing. Although the picture was taken on a clear, bright morning, the scene ended up looking rather oddly otherworldly. My second favorite picture is of these electrical meters. This sunny afternoon picture somehow turns stark and surreal. It even feels a little menacing. How this camera inconsistently handles light is weird and yet fascinating. In this picture of a fishing vessel washed ashore, at one angle, it correctly translates the scene as a sunny day, but at another angle, the camera translates the scene as looking rather gloomy. This camera is capable of taking almost acceptable snapshots on an irregular basis, with pictures being good enough to at least document where you've been. Yet, more often than not, the little camera constantly has problems focusing and taking a tolerable picture. Some parts of a picture may be too bright, while other parts of the same picture will end up being too dark. And most likely all the picture will be blurry and disappointing. With that being said, as poor as most of the pictures were, a great many of them ended up having an unusual quality about them. That unusual characteristic, captured in many of the images, made the experience of shooting my pictures and coming back home to see what I ended up with and interesting photographic adventure experience. Finally, here are 3 examples of the video capability of this camera. Considering the poor quality, this camera would make piecing together, let's say, a documentary probably not worth your while. The last video of me in front of the camera took 14 takes to get something that looked as good as it could look. In conclusion, using the Freelance Vivitar digital camera for this challenge was a fun experience, and one that I hope to try again with another old digital camera someday. I definitely recommend that you take the old digital camera challenge yourself. Thank you for your interest in this presentation. This video is released as public domain. Until my next video, goodbye for now.